And it's time for Local Licks. We do it every single weekday in the 9 o'clock hour. We either have an artist perform or we play a song by an artist, signed or unsigned, new or old, from either New York City, the 5 boroughs, Westchester, Long Island, New Jersey, Connecticut, anywhere in the 1019 RXP listening area. And as promised, we have a new band in called The Reveling. Well, actually, they've been together since about 2007. And the guys are all here. Sean Morris, Dave Kramer, Dennis Murphy, and Jay Weinberg. And we've been talking about it for literally, guys, for the last couple of days. So welcome to the show.
Yeah,
Thank you
for
for having us.
Yeah.
Good to have you guys. Jay, how did you end up hooking up with Sean and the guys? It was a Craigslist ad?
I answered a Craigslist ad in about, late August. Basically, because my band had just kind of dissolved because we're going to all different schools. And now I'm, in Hoboken and these guys are in New York. So I answered a Craigslist ad and it was just kind of clockwork.
Yeah, I mean, and you like a lot of different music, Jay, because I saw you,
Yeah.
My Chemical Romance and Alkaline Trio shows, Coheed.
Yeah, totally.
So, and I know that, obviously you play with Bruce as well, so you like a wide range of music, right?
Thanks.
So.
Yeah, my parents raised me on like The Who and the Stones and everything, and then my dad brought me to see Slipknot when I was like 9 years old.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, he started the downward spiral there. But I love all music.
Yeah, I know you do. You grew up in a musical household and just around Jersey and all the music there as well.
Totally.
Now, Sean, tell me about the rest of you guys. Now, you guys all went to high school together.
Yeah.
You and Dennis and Dave. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we grew up. I've known Dennis since I was 7 and Dave since I was, 12 or 13. And we've been playing in bands for our whole lives pretty much, and in and out of different things. And then this basically came together when we all moved down to the city, and here we are.
That's great. Now, obviously, Jay, I've seen you out at shows, and we should let the audience know, Jay, your dad is Max Weinberg. Everybody knows him from playing drums for Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, and also leading the band for Conan O'Brien's show, and the band is fantastic. I mean, I love them. I've even had your dad. I interviewed him on my high def show, the one I did on HDNet, that sound off of at Pinfield. It was a great half hour.
Totally.
We talked about a lot of things. Now, Jay, tell us, you've actually been sitting in with Bruce. How did that whole thing get started?
Yes. Well, it's basically kind of born out of, because my dad's going to be moving to the West Coast to do the Tonight Show. And it was kind of born out of, we're going to be scheduling a new tour for the new record. And how would my dad be able to kind of work his schedule around that? And since Conan's first aired show is going to be June 1st, and the European tour starts May 30th, it was just kind of like, how can we make this work? And Bruce had suggested, what if Jay did it? Because I sat in with them at Giant Stadium over the summer, and just one song. And
What'd you do, Born to Run?
Born to Run.
Yeah, how great was that? What a great feeling that must have been.
It was
it's just one of the greatest songs ever.
Yeah, it's like I just tried to absorb everything in that moment. But, it's just kind of been like, Bruce asked my dad, like, well, would Jay be able to do it? I think kind of like from a father's standpoint, like being really interested in, like, will he be able to do it? And so far it's been really great. Last night the past 2 nights we played Boston, and that was awesome. And then LA before that, like getting to play with, number one, the E Street Band is like, the best.
I mean, they're amazing, and playing with Steven and Bruce and all the guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like all these little, icing on the cake kind of little things, like playing with Mike Ness from Social D in LA, and then the Dropkick Murphys came out last night.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like I'm living in some kind of surreal little world. But,
it's great, all these bands that you loved, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
What was it like? I got to ask you, was it pressure the first time you played? Did it feel crazy going up, playing on stage at Giant Stadium and doing that seminal classic song?
Definitely felt crazy to say the least. It was probably because we rehearsed it earlier that day. It was like the first time we did it, but I don't really know how to explain it. It just kind of like, I've been around the band since I was 9, and watching them just night after night after night after night for like 10 years. I've kind of like got all that stuff in my head. So
and you knew all the songs, right? I mean, the songs.
Yeah. And a song like Born to Run, I mean, it's epic. So it's kind of like, if you can't play the drums, or if you can't play the drums, you kind of know how to just kind of air drum to it or whatever. But
it's one of the most powerful 5 minutes recorded music.
Absolutely.
It's great. It is.
I have to imagine that would be double pressure, though, Jay. A with the E Street Band, and then filling in for Max, your dad, Weinberg. That's got to be crazy.
Yeah, it's they're big shoes to fill, but like it's cool because people have been coming up and saying how you know, it's kind of like I'm channeling my dad, but there's some kind of difference there because, you know, playing punk music and metal music like I do with the Reveling and everything, it's just that's what I've been kind of raised on, and you know, it's been really cool to kind of revisit their past, like from the 70s and everything, and just learning the old school way of playing music and kind of melding the two together. It's really cool.
When did you start playing drums? How old were you?
About 4 years ago. I was 14, and
Yeah.
I'm 18 now, and yeah, I've been playing for about 4 years.
That's amazing. I just think it's guys.
Which
it's-
is nuts, by the way, because
Yeah.
because he's like insanely talented.
He's a great drummer,
Thanks,
like his
dude.
dad. You
Yeah.
really are. I mean,
Thank
you know,
you.
you and your dad are both super talented and good people too. I gotta say.
Thank you.
So why don't you do that song for us? This is classic Timmy, the Reveling live, Local Licks 1019 RXP.
Well, I'm having a hard time. No such thing as a victimless crime. But how were we to know? How were we to know? Well, I'm having a hard time. No such thing as a victimless crime. But how were we to know? How were we to know? To the cold blade of the back, I clean the wound with a bottle of Jack. While the priceless looks some better the way, you said we all will die someday, and then we held the bay. So what's the protocol? 25 minutes since he stopped breathing. So tax body bags all just down the hall. Just needed something to believe in. Well, I'm having a hard time. No such thing as a victimless crime. But how were we to know? How were we to know? Well, I'm having a hard time. No such thing as a victimless crime. But how were we to know? How were we to know? To the cold will back, I clean the wound with a bottle of Jack. And the priceless looks so many the way. Said we all will die someday, and then we held the bay. So what's the protocol? 25 minutes since he stopped breathing. So we tax body bags all just down the hall. Just needed something to believe in. To the cold man back, I clean the wound with a bottle of Jack. And the priceless looks so many the way. Said we all will die someday, and then we held the bay. So what's the protocol? 25 minutes since he stopped breathing. So tax body bags all just down the hall. Just needed something to believe in.
Why don't we bring RXP, the Reveling live in the studio?
Yeah.
And this is classic.